Most people go through life desperately trying to avoid pain, failure, rejection, and judgment. They chase happiness as if it's something to be captured and held. But what if true freedom doesn't come from caring more, but from caring less? Or more precisely, from being highly selective about what you care about? This is the brutal, refreshing philosophy behind Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK. At its core, this book isn't about apathy. It's about choosing your values wisely, rejecting the societal pressure to always be extraordinary, and accepting that pain, loss, and discomfort are not only inevitable, they're necessary. You only have so many F***CKs to give, so you need to conserve them, invest them wisely, and stop wasting them on things that don't matter. Let's dive into the truth bombs this book drops, starting with one that might shake your worldview. Happiness comes from solving problems, not avoiding them. We're told to pursue pleasure, to avoid struggle, and to seek comfort. But Manson argues that the constant chase of feeling good is a trap. Why? Because it creates a feedback loop of dissatisfaction. When you constantly try to feel good, you're reinforcing the idea that you're not good enough right now. Instead, what you should be doing is facing problems head-on, not because it's fun, but because growth comes from pain. You build confidence, not by avoiding challenges, but by overcoming them. Fulfillment is not the result of comfort, but the reward for struggle. This leads to the next lesson. You are not special. We live in a culture that promotes acceptance. Social media, reality shows, and self-help books all scream that you're unique, destined for greatness, and capable of anything. But statistically, most people are average. And that's not a bad thing. It's normal. Believing you're inherently special can lead to entitlement, the belief that you deserve success without effort. That mindset breeds disappointment. Manson flips the script. Accept your ordinariness, and then earn your success. Stop chasing significance. Start building value. Now, here's a paradox. Certainty is the enemy of growth. Most people crave certainty. They want to be right, to know the outcome, to feel secure. But real growth requires vulnerability, uncertainty, and risk. If you're always sure of yourself, you're never learning. You're not questioning your beliefs, your identity, or your patterns. Doubt is powerful. It keeps you humble. It opens the door to improvement. Embrace uncertainty, and you open the door to transformation. Another key lesson. Taking responsibility for your life changes everything. You may not be at fault for everything that happens to you, trauma, unfair treatment, bad luck, but you are always responsible for how you respond. Responsibility isn't blame, it's power. When you take ownership of your choices, you stop being a victim and start being the author of your story. This mindset shift is subtle, but massive. It means no more excuses, no more waiting for others to change, no more blaming the world. You own your reactions, your behavior, your outcomes. And that brings us to one of the most important ideas in the book, the importance of values. Your values determine the quality of your life. If you value superficial things like looking good, being popular, or being right, you'll constantly feel insecure and reactive. But if you choose deeper values, honesty, curiosity, perseverance, you'll find meaning even in the hard moments. You get to decide what matters to you. That's the essence of freedom. Here's a hard truth. Failure is the way forward. Nobody likes to fail, but failure is the cost of progress. If you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're not risking anything, you're not learning. Manson encourages you to fail better, to treat setbacks not as verdicts, but as stepping stones. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who get back up, over and over again. Another punch of reality. Rejection is necessary. We often associate rejection with pain, being turned down, criticized, or excluded. But Manson reframes rejection as a form of clarity. When you say no to things that don't align with your values, you create space for what truly matters. Don't be afraid to reject jobs, relationships, habits, or even identities that no longer serve you. Every no is a yes to something better. Let's talk about death. This is perhaps the boldest section of the book. Manson suggests that embracing death, not denying it, not fearing it, but truly facing it, is the most liberating thing you can do. Why? Because death reminds you that time is limited, that every moment matters, that you don't have forever to get your act together. When you accept your mortality, you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop being afraid of risk, failure, embarrassment. You realize that life is short, so stop giving **ck about the wrong things. This doesn't mean you stop caring entirely. It means you start caring intentionally. You care about your family, about your integrity, about your health, about doing work that matters, about leaving something meaningful behind. That's where the power comes from, not in giving more FCKS, but in giving fewer, better FCKS. Now let's break down what this philosophy might look like in everyday life. Imagine you get criticized online. Before, that might ruin your day. But now, you ask, do I value this person's opinion? Does this affect my integrity, my mission, my relationships? If not, delete, ignore, move on. You're in a job that pays well, but sucks the life out of you. Before, you'd stay out of fear. But now, you ask, does this align with my values? Does this nourish the life I want to live? If not, start planning your exit. You're overwhelmed with stress and guilt because you feel you're not doing enough. But now you realize, maybe you're caring about too many things that don't matter. You stop trying to impress strangers. You stop comparing your life to filtered Instagram reels. You stop chasing validation. And you start living for what you believe in. This is not easy. It's not glamorous. It requires deep honesty, hard conversations, and uncomfortable decisions. But that's the subtle art. It's subtle because it's not loud. It's not about shouting, "I don't care." It's about calmly choosing what truly deserves your care. And it's an art because it takes practice. You'll mess up. You'll overreact. You'll get sucked into old patterns. But every time you catch yourself, every time you pull your attention back to what matters, you're sharpening your skill. So, here's the challenge. Don't just consume this idea. Live it. Audit your life. Ask yourself, what am I giving a FCK about right now that truly doesn't deserve my energy? What have I been avoiding that actually matters? Cut the noise. Get clear. Choose your F***CKS wisely. Because the truth is, you only get so many.